I don't know if any of you guys have noticed the price of silver these days. How high it's gotten lately. How hard they've been pushing it down since the beginning of the year. And today they absolutely smashed it down. Using the paper silver market, of course. Yeah. This is while the physical market can't access enough and while it's trading at a premium. I'm not a financial expert of any kind. I don't trade stocks or go long or short on anything. I'm not a crypto bro. Honestly, a bull and a bear are just things I take photographs of. But I do now and always have like to keep my eye on gold and silver prices. Simply because it tells me a lot about our dollar and our economy and its health. I don't really look at gold and silver as going up. I look at our dollar as dropping against it. Because ever since we went off the gold standard and introduced fiat currency instead, well, that's what it's been doing. The last year Canada made a silver dollar that was actually worth, $1 was 1967. But these coins were actually only 50 to 80% silver content at the time. So, let's just put it this way. To buy 1 full ounce of pure silver in Canada in 1967 would have cost you approximately $1.50 Canadian. Today, a full ounce of pure silver purchased from the TD Bank, that's going to run you around $160. Almost $170 this morning. But, as I said, powers that be have been pushing it down. In 2015, when Canada was still only a little bit globalist, silver was only $20 to $22 an ounce. So, that's from $22 an ounce to $170 an ounce in just a little over a decade. That's not a healthy sign. Silver actually dropped to about $18 an ounce in 2016, back when they were trying to convince us all that, gold and silver wasn't money. And gold in January of 2016 was, a little over $1,500 an ounce. This afternoon, a 1 ounce gold bar from TD Bank was over $7,300. $1,500 to $7,300 in just 10 years. An ounce of gold is still just an ounce of gold. It's our currency that's changed, become worth so much less. And I think everybody already kind of knows this, or, at least has a sense of it. But the reason I'm bringing all this up, it's because silver price and its recent volatility is a massive sign of trouble in our economy. All of the Western economies, for that matter. Combine that with the gold price doing the same thing as silver and what's happening in Japan. Most of the world markets are showing signs of anxiety after all. The stress on the economic system seems to be getting out of the globalist hands recently. And as hard as they seem to be pushing silver down, it keeps rising up anyway. And it may even end up being the domino that brings the whole system down. But then what? Fiat currency only works when you have faith and trust in your government. I don't think that's so true anymore. And a digital currency combined with a digital ID, that's only going to make the whole problem worse. The Chinese government is not exactly considered trustworthy after all. Not even among its own people. Adopting a similar system to them is definitely not the way to go. And this idea of using carbon credits as currency is just a giant globalist Ponzi scheme. It's a much worse idea than the first two options are. Which only leaves returning to gold-backed currency. So far, historically that is, it's been the best currency system for thousands of years. For one thing, it stops governments and banks from just printing more money. They have to have the gold and reserves to back it up, or they can't print. And in a very real way, it forces governments and financial institutions to act in a much more responsible manner. And it acts as a backstop in the control system of this constant growth model that has done so much damage. So, if you ask me, not that anyone ever does, but my vote would be for going back to a gold-backed currency. But what does a guy who spends all his time driving around the back roads know anyway? Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, And I hope you bought some silver or gold back when it was cheap. Somebody told me to buy Bitcoin back when it was only $1 a coin. Yeah, but I was broke. I'm sure I could have come up with $100, but nope. I guess I could have been rich. I guess I should have listened to him.